guys? We're back with the Jetta. You saw we picked this up in the last video. I think we scored on it. It's a 6-speed manual, 24 valve VR6. I went out on Facebook and I sourced the front core support, radiator headlights, hood, rear bumper, and some candy cane tail lights for 300 bucks, which is a steal. We were gonna pay $150 for a new radiator offline. So now what I'm doing is I'm waiting for parts. I guess I'm trying to clean this thing up, and this here is a serious eyesore. It's the first thing you see when you look at the car. The whole body is really clean other than right there by those fenders. So today I want to get in here. I want to cut this out. I've bent this piece up. Basically just took some 18 gauge metal and essentially made this piece. So we're gonna cut that in, we're gonna tack weld it, and hopefully she looks good. I've torn this interior apart. We've got this weird issue where the scanner will not communicate with the ECU. They say if it has an aftermarket radio, then that's where you need to start looking, which it does. And I've got some cut wires here. Red flag. And this here is the ignition underneath the steering wheel. So someone was in here messing around. I've checked these wires. They all go back to each other. He did cut them, but he spliced them back together. So we've got connection. I don't know exactly what he did, but I'm guessing something between the radio and here is the reason I can't communicate with the ECU. The guy did tell me he lost the key for a long time. He tried getting it started, and that's, you know, it's kind of what he did, which is why he bent up the front fenders, moving it with a front end loader. Still, I think we scored. It needs work, it needs love. The last VR6 we picked up for 800 bucks with a knocking motor. I would much rather do a bunch of body work than rebuild another one of these motors, honestly. This is a lot more fun. The car did come with another rear bumper. I cleaned up, I've got that ready to go on. I'm going to keep these tail lights out because we've got candy canes coming. But these here, these are pretty sweet. I don't know if they're smoked or what, but they've got a pretty cool tint. So I think we'll be able to sell those and recoup some cost. But for now, I want to try to make this thing as rust-free as possible. And also the parts I found on Facebook Market are silver. Hopefully they're the same silver. If they're not, then we will be painting this car 100%. So right now I want to get this door off and I want to start cutting that in. So let's get at it. All right, the door's off. Should have complete open access. So that gives me room to get in here. I've got to cut a little corner off of this, but for the most part, it's gonna do what I need it to do. Hopefully I can cut it nice and straight. And then on the bottom, you can see somebody tried jacking it up right here. So I'm hoping that once I cut this, I'll be able to bend this back to round and get it close. We'll see. Let's take a minute, guys, and check these out. Auxito makes LED lights for your whole vehicle. Headlights, blinkers, tail lights, license plate lights, interior lights. They went ahead and sent me a set for my truck. We're gonna test them out and see how they work. So you can see they make all these different kinds for pretty much anything. Look at that, cute pair of gloves. A couple zip ties. A little manual, that's cute. Check these out. Holy cow, they look cool as heck. They're heavy, they feel good. Huh, nice. All right, let's get a before on this. All right, right now we've got, you know, the normal yellow light, halogen bulb look. I'm hoping that these ones are nice and white. Back in the day, if you wanted HID lights, you had to buy the whole kit. It was like 500 bucks. You had to wire in the HID box and, you know, all that stuff. It was just a hassle. These ones literally just plug right into your headlight wire. So I'm anxious to see how they look. Get another look here. Let's get these installed and see how they do. No way. Are you kidding me? Look at those things. Holy crap. Are you kidding me? Look at those things. Holy crap. You can't tell me that's not the best deal on the internet. That literally took me 5 minutes. No wiring involved, all plug and play. I literally can't believe how bright, how white them lights are. That is insane to me. I've always wanted HIDs, but I never wanted to pay $500 and have to wire in big boxes that you need to run them. It's crazy. That is so bright, I can't even believe it. Hold on, let's see what it looks like on the door. Look at that, holy cow. So much brighter. I hope this is coming through on camera, honestly. Let's see what the brights look like. Oh my goodness. People got mad at me before, they're really gonna hate me now. I'm so impressed. Thank you so much, Auxito, for sending me these lights. I will be a lifetime customer. They were kind enough to give us a link. I put it in the description below. Make sure you get down there and copy a pair of these. You're not gonna find them priced better, brighter, and easier to install. Look how bright these lights are. I keep saying it, but oh my goodness. What the heck? It lights up every sign on the street. Wow. Buy these lights, guys. And there you have it. We took this piece here and turned it into that. Once I sand it, hopefully it'll cover up that weld seam. I think I got all the high spots. If not, we'll just grind it some more and refill it until it looks good. But I've never really done anything like this before. And you don't think about it, but there are a lot of factors, like this line has to stay straight. That line has to stay straight. You've got to try to keep the curve the same. But I think it'll turn out good. Next video, we will start throwing body parts on this car, sanding it down, getting it prepped for paint. I think I'm going to leave most of the parts off and paint them in the paint booth. Hopefully they will turn out better that way. It's hard not to get a bunch of dust in your paint job. We've tried it a few different ways here, and everything I've painted in the booth has turned out predominantly good. So I'm thinking we're gonna go with a darker charcoal gray, maybe something like that with a metallic flake. I don't know yet. I'll look at some pictures and see what we want to do. I want to stay close to silver because obviously we're not going to paint the jams in the engine bay, stuff like that. So we can keep it close. It'll still look good in the long run. Either way, it's going to look a ton better. This thing's going to be sweet. This is Travis's car. He's been putting a ton of work into this thing, just rebuilt the motor. Everything you see is pretty much new. We painted this one a couple weeks ago. Turned out pretty sweet. And I mean, we painted this in the shop, so we can get away with a pretty decent paint job here. It just comes down to cleanliness and taking care of dust. All right, guys, it's about as far as I'm going tonight. Get out of here. I think this turned out pretty sweet, and it did not take very long. Once we sand that, it's going to look a ton better than that. So we got rid of the rust. Hopefully it lasts a long time. I will go inside here and coat this metal. I used a piece of metal that was painted. So I cut this piece of metal off of this one that I had already painted previously, testing some paint. So the inside of it is painted. I'll still go ahead and coat it, but I'm happy with that. The guy on Facebook Market is pulling all of the body panels for us right now. We'll go pick them up this weekend. In the next video, we will start prepping this car for paint. Peace.